Welcome to our Black History program.
The ABCs of Black History Month. A is for Africa, the birthplace of humanity and civilization, and the second largest continent in the world. B is for Barack Obama, the first African American president of the United States. C is for the Civil Rights Act, the 1964 law which ended segregation in public places and employment discrimination on the basis of identity. D is for Dred Scott, an enslaved black man who unsuccessfully appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court for his freedom in 1857. E is for emancipation. President Abe Lincoln freed millions of enslaved people when he issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863. F is for freedom riders, civil rights activists who took bus trips called freedom rides through the South in 1961 to protest segregated bus terminals. G is for the Greensboro Four, the North Carolina A&T freshmen who sat at a whites-only lunch counter to protest segregation. Their actions sparked nationwide sit-ins. H is for the Harlem Renaissance, the intellectual, social, and artistic explosion that occurred in Harlem, other northern cities, and Paris that spanned the 1920s. I is for Ida B. Wells, a journalist and educator who fought against racism, lynching, and sexism. She was also one of the founders of the NAACP. J is for Jackie Robinson, the first African American to play Major League Baseball in the modern era. He joined the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. K is for Katherine Johnson, a mathematician at NASA whose calculations were critical to the success of the first U.S. manned spaceflight. L is for the Little Rock Nine, the 9 students who integrated Little Rock Central High School in 1957. The U.S. Army protected the students from violence. M is for Martin Luther King Jr., the most prominent figure of the civil rights movement who led peaceful protest against racial and social inequality in America. N is for the NAACP, the civil rights organization founded in 1909 to ensure the political, educational, social, and economic equality of all people. O is for Oprah Winfrey, a media executive, philanthropist, actress, talk show host, TV producer, and North America's first black multi-billionaire. P is for Phyllis Wheatley, an enslaved West African who was sold to a family in Boston. She would become the first published black female poet. Q is for Lloyd Quarterman, one of the few black scientists to work on the Manhattan Project, a top-secret effort to build the atomic bomb during World War II. R is for Rosa Parks, an activist who refused to give up her seat to a white rider on a segregated bus. This helped spark the Montgomery bus boycott. S is for Shirley Chisholm, the first black woman elected to Congress and the first woman to run for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination. T is for Thurgood Marshall, a lawyer who won several important cases before the Supreme Court before becoming the first black Supreme Court justice. U is for the Underground Railroad, a network of secret routes and safe houses used by enslaved people to escape to free states and Canada with the aid of allies. V is for the Voting Rights Act, the landmark piece of federal legislation enacted in 1965 to protect voting rights for racial minorities, especially in the South. W is for Wilma Rudolph, the athlete who overcame polio, racism, and sexism to become the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in a single Olympics. X is for Xavier University. Xavier University of Louisiana is a liberal arts college that is the only historically black Roman Catholic college institution in the U.S. Y is for York, an enslaved man who participated in the Lewis and Clark expedition across the western U.S. as an explorer and hunter. Z is for Zora Neale Hurston, an author, anthropologist, and a central figure of the Harlem Renaissance, whose work highlighted racial struggles in the South. Black history is American history.
Now let's hear from some of the greats.
Hi, my name is Wilma Rudolph. I was born June the 28th, 1940. I was the first African American woman to win 3 gold medals in Olympics track and field. Through hard work and depression, I didn't let my disability get in my way. I overcome my handicap. My nickname was Tennessee Tornado because I was the fastest woman in history. My welcome home celebration was the first integrated event in my hometown, Clarkville. I was married twice and I had 4 children. I died November the 12th, 1994.
Do you remember your first day of school? Well, let me tell you about mine. On November 14, 1960s, I was the first African-American child to attend all-white public schools. They were even throwing things at me. They were even being rude to me. They were even threatening me. I even had to be escorted by the police. I was born on September 8, 1954. I am Ruby Bridges.
Hi, my name is Bessie Coleman. I was born January 26, 1832. I was an early American Civil War aviator. I was the first Black African American woman to receive a pilot license. I soared across the sky as the first African American and the first Native American woman pilot, known for performing and flying tricks. They called me Brave Bessie because I dared to bring gender equality and other issues to the forefront, even after I was denied from flying school. Sadly, I passed away at the age of 34 from a tragic test flight crash.
Hello, my name is Jackie Robinson. I was born in 1919, Carroll, Georgia. I'm a famous baseball player. I was selected to play for the Brooklyn Dodgers. April the 15th, 1947, I was the first African American to play Major League Baseball. Thank you for listening to me today, True Deliverance.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separating line. I'm wading through muddy waters. You know I got a made up mind, and I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling? You